Good morning, everybody. My name is Delvon. Today, that's where we're going to talk about some of those basics of good communicating and what makes a good communicator. What it really comes down to is caring. If I care to communicate well, I will communicate well.
Everybody's looking at this cube, but everybody has a different side of the cube they're looking at, and their takeaway is different. And the trainer's job is to keep spinning it around so everybody gets to see all the different sides in a different view and have different understandings, and then make it all connect for everybody.
Communication is a process by which information is exchanged between individuals through a system of symbols, signs, or behavior. Not just about verbal. We pick up the way somebody communicates by the way their office looks, by the way they dress, how we present ourselves. That friendly, sociable person, you know, the person who just seems to be always happy and bubbly all the time, you know, the one you just want to, you know, the type of individual who just wants to communicate with you, you know, the one that if you don't speak to them by a certain time of the day, they come up to you and say, "Is everything okay?" Because you hadn't spoken to me today, just making sure we're all right.
I'm sharing and learning something at the same time. And so putting it all together and just really getting them involved. And I just become not so much the trainer as a guide to where we want to go.
We have a different style of communication that's built into our own social circles. I'm from the South, was where I live now, but I was born and raised in San Francisco. So down in the South, when you stop and you say hello to someone, you must give an update on not just your immediate family, but whatever living relatives that are living within the county that you live in. So it's like, "Hey, how you doing?" "I'm doing all right." "How your mom and them doing?" "We doing all right." "Who's your peoples?" I grew up in the streets of San Francisco where you walk by a guy, he walks by you, and you just go, and that's enough.
Don't just tell a funny story about you. Tell a funny story that other people in the group can relate to. And then connect that to the lesson so it seals it in.
We also have those social courtesies that goes into communications and how we interact. I was dating a girl one time, and we're rushed from the house, and I go to the car, and I go to my side of the car, and she's just standing on her side of the car. And I'm like, "You going to get in?" She says, "Aren't you going to open the door for the lady?" I'm like, "You want me to come around the car and open the door for you?" And she's like, "Well, yes, because that's what a man's supposed to do." 16-year-old Delvon gets in the car and drives off saying, "Only burgers for one tonight."
Training could be educational, informative, but above all, entertaining at the same time. I interject a lot of humor at the same time, telling life stories. And so I start coining a phrase of edutainment.
And of course, it's not just about how we say it, but the tone in which we say it. Tone matters. Why? Because it shows that you care. How someone says something matters. If they come into your office all hot and bothered and says, "I need to speak to you right now," because we care about what they have to say, we overlook their delivery and focus on the message. Then we also would talk about the nonverbal, the eyes and what the eyes see, and am I looking directly at you? And also what we do with our hands and how we use it to communicate as well. But also we talk about nonverbal in terms of our facial expressions. Put it all together to show that we care. Someone says, "Hello, how you doing?" "Hey, how you doing this morning?" And I make sure at the same time that I'm not only my eyes, but my facial expressions, but my arms are doing what? Inviting. Now, the last bit of communication that we use when we talk about communication is writing. So when we're writing something, we must make sure that we're writing something not just for us, but we're writing it with our audience in mind. We have to care about how they will receive it. And again, so we must care about how we deliver something in the verbal. We also must care about how we deliver something in the nonverbal, but we also must make sure we care enough in how we write to make sure we hit our mark for our intended audience that shows that we care for them. Thank you.